Hi everyone, I'm Ann with Kai Dragon Gardening and Cooking Channel, and today I'm going to talk to you about awesome backyard garden tips. I think you're really going to find this one useful and enjoyable with some of the different kinds of things that you can create on your own. Wendy, come here. Come sit. Get up here. Good girl. I got Wendy, my little wander dog. She likes to wander all over the garden and help protect Mama. She's here with me today. She's going to help with this. First off, did you know in about a 10 by 10 foot space, you can actually plant between 9 and 25 vegetables, depending on the type, the space needed for growth, and whether you're growing horizontally or vertically. Something to think about when you're planning out your garden. Here's one of the first ideas. Create a taco garden. Plant cilantro, peppers, tomatoes, tomatillos, onions, garlic, and other favorite salsa ingredients. Add a small lime or lemon tree. And enjoy your Mexican food dishes whenever you like. Planting romaine or other large lettuce leaves will give you the ingredients for your wraps. It's an awesome idea, and children love helping with the harvesting of the fruit for their own dinner. If you love salads, plant different types of lettuce, spinach, kale, and sweet peppers, along with radishes, carrots, tomatoes, and cucumbers. You can also make an amazing drink with cucumbers, lime, and raw sugar too. Everyone loves pizza, don't they? I mean, who doesn't like the San Marzano or Roma tomatoes for sauces? Also, plum tomatoes make great sauce. Add herbs like basil, cilantro, Greek or oregano, chives, arugula, it kind of tastes peppery, parsley, thyme, and rosemary. When you harvest your herbs, you can dry them for long-term storage or place them in the refrigerator or cool, dry location until you're ready to use them. You might also want to plant a few sweet pepper varieties too. They make delicious toppings as well as your bunching onions. During a drought season, which is something we have been going through, planting directly in the ground offers better insulation than planting in a raised bed or a pot when the temperatures are expected to be dry and hot. Make sure to use about 2 to 3 inches of good mulch around the base of the plant to help maintain the moisture of the soil. We use the straw mulch on ours. I have also used some wood chips and grass clippings mixed in that is going to eventually turn into compost, but mixed in with the straw as mulch. It lowers the soil temperature, so it'll be cooler for the plant. Hush. Companion plant whenever possible. Allow the larger plants to provide shelter for your smaller plants. So if you've got tall plants, like your tomatoes are already growing and stuff, plant strawberries underneath there. If you've got corn, your beans, peas, climbing plants, they love to climb up those stalks. They'll even use your other plants like eggplant because it's got a good sturdy stalk. Even your pepper plants, they have a very, very good stalk that is pretty sturdy. They will use those as a climbing base. So plant your root crops together. I mean, you can plant radishes and beets and stuff in between your carrots. Usually beets are really good with carrots because of the sweetness, and carrots, when they're planted and they're growing in the fall, they tend to be a lot sweeter. So anyway, dividing a space into 1-foot squares helps immensely with planting several types of veggies together. They do make little planting squares now that have the holes in them that will help you make the little 12 by 12 squares in your garden beds. You just lay it on top of the soil, press down, and then make your holes, and then you just go back and put your seeds wherever you want. But you can find several companion plant charts on the internet or the Farmer's Almanac to help you with that. Spice up your flower garden with a few veggies planted here and there, and vice versa. You want to bring in those pollinators as much as possible. Best 3 flowers, and I will repeat this again: marigolds, nasturtiums, and zinnias. Plant them regularly, especially your marigolds. Marigolds are a great cover crop plant. They detour the pests. They just keep the mosquitoes down. It's a lot nicer. The more of them you have planted, the better off you are in the garden. They add that pop of color. Zinnias come in so many different varieties and colors. I mean, it's a shame not to plant them. I mean, your marigolds are usually your yellows and oranges. You can get the big pom-pom ones. I've grown marigolds before in the garden, and we had some really, really rich soil with compost, and those things were over 4 foot high. So just depends on what you grow. I love planting the lantana flower because they help bring in the butterflies, but they are an annual flower. I don't usually put them much with the vegetables, but you can. So I mean, it's something to think. I have planted sunflowers with them before, and they worked well. Plant several kitchen herbs together. You can grow thyme, sage, rosemary, parsley, mint, lavender, and coriander in a small 3 by 3 or 4 by 4 foot raised bed, mixing the different types with their height, leaf textures, and shapes. Looks really elegant in the garden. It makes a unique focal point in the garden, and then you can add some pretty rocks, bricks, or redwood, to add beauty to the design. You can, even add some of your little statues. Like I have a couple little snail statues holding signs on the ground, and some little frogs, and you can get little gnomes. There's all kinds of little things you can get, and they just kind of add a pop of color. And some people that have the huge gardens can actually have statues and stuff and different things made out of metal. My husband does metal art, and he has made some beautiful pieces before. That would be great to put out in garden areas if we had a big space. And someday I would love to have a place out in the country where we could have a big pond and a waterfall, and those are dreams. I'd have to win the lottery, I guess, for that. But for now, I'm going to try and keep this YouTube thing going and get as much knowledge out there as I can, and hope that we have more of you signing up to join us, and make it great. Make good use of your space. You can hang guttering or PVC pipe on fencing for strawberries and herbs to grow. You can grow in cinder blocks. You can use a ladder to put planters on. make trellises for vining plants. Some people use pallets for growing herbs and strawberries. The possibilities are really endless. I mean, get creative with, you know, the things you see. I mean, garage sales, flea markets, secondhand stores, antique shops. You never know what you're going to find that is going to just look cool in the garden when it's got a plant growing on it. I mean, use your creativity wisely. What might seem like trash is a treasure in your own garden. If you have the extra space, add a small greenhouse for starting your seed lines and for your coffee time. It's also a cool feature in a garden area too, if you have the space to do it. I mean, it's an awesome thing. It's a great investment, and it's just something to, you know, to make it great. But those are some tips for your garden, and you know, add some wind art. I like the wind chimes. I've decorated the pear tree with them. You can hear them kind of in the background because we're getting a little bit of airflow through here today. Got another area that is dedicated to the birds, where I've planted different flowers and I feed the birds, and watching different birds fly through, you know, during the different seasons is really kind of interesting and also educational. So this is the first year that we've had a hummingbird visit, and it has just been wonderful. I set out hummingbird feeders every year because I feed the butterflies the nectar and stuff, and I finally had one visit us, and that's been something I've been kind of obsessed with since I was 4 years old. So there's a little story behind that, which we won't go into on this video, but just make your garden awesome. It's a reflection of you. Make it excuse me, make it beautiful. We hope that you enjoy these videos and that you get something out of them. Tell your friends and family about us. Hit that notification button so that you know when we release more videos. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave comments down below. Kai loves to answer them. I love to read them. It's always a good feeling when he says, "Hey Mom, somebody really enjoyed this," or you know, lets me know that I actually am doing something that's a little rewarding, and I am able to teach somebody something that was really cool. So I've had a lot of different types of butterflies come through this year, and it's just made my efforts seem so much more worthwhile. The tomatoes are finally starting to get flowers on them again, so it's a positive sign I might get some more tomatoes, because they kind of slowed down when it got hot. Even with using the shade cloth, the heat is really hard on the tomato plants. Some of my cucumber plants that I planted early in the season, they didn't do very well for me, and so I went with the Parthenocarpic, and I always probably say that word wrong, types, and I ordered several different types of them. I'm trying the vertical growing with them. They are growing up the string trellises right now. I have a few fruits setting on, and I'm hoping that they're going to do pretty good, because I have probably about 40 days left to be able to harvest some good cucumbers. So, and cucumbers are some of my favorite things to snack on. Anyway, keep sowing and growing with us. We appreciate you. We appreciate you watching. You mean a lot to us. You're like having an extension with our family and friends. It's a great feeling getting to know people from all over the world. By doing this, we're able to reach out and share secrets and, you know, things that you might really enjoy about the garden and things you might not like so much, you know. But just don't be melancholy. You're in the garden. Let us remain happy. It's one of my favorite sayings, since I kind of was playing around with puns. I hope you like it. It's like gardening is dragon fire. Just trying to goof around with some things. Eventually, maybe someday, Kai Dragon Gardening and Cooking Channel will have some of its merch and get affiliated with other stores too, like the big guys out there. Anyway, we depend on you and we need you, so we love you. Thanks again for watching. You're appreciated. Stay blessed. Peace.